Well, this is kind of crazy. So I am doing a live stream thing for my October wrap up, mainly because I kind of can't be bothered, you know? I can't be bothered to set up my camera. I can't be bothered to edit anything. I just don't feel like it. Just make sure my roommate's still gone. Because, like, my roommate knows I do YouTube, and he knows that I do vlogs and booktube and stuff, but still sometimes it's awkward to try and film while he's here, so he's gone, so I figured I would try to do this real quick. Otherwise, yeah, and then it's just been busy, you know? School's been busy, and then of course it's NaNoWriMo, which I'm actually taking part in this year, which is pretty exciting, so I'm doing that, and yeah, so it's just been kind of crazy. So as far as October went, I only read 2 books. I was thinking maybe I would include a 3rd one because I did read it like literally on the 1st, but I'm just gonna include that for November. Otherwise, for October, I just read Visions in Silver by Anne Bishop. This is continuing with her Others series. If you've heard me talking about it before, it's about a woman named Meg Corbin, who is a blood prophet, which means that every time that she is cut or gets cut somehow, anytime she wounds herself, she has a prophecy, and how she lives in this world that is like modern day, except it, you know, we live with these beings called the Others, and they were here first. They are the supernatural beings of the world that like literally are in charge of everything. And what's really cool is like this book in particular, this is the 3rd book in this series, and it's now starting to like branch out from like the humans and others kind of interacting, trying to figure out like their place like being right next to each other, but now it's starting to branch out into like what lies beyond that. So really getting into like what else is out there in the world, because you know that there's like crazy beings that like have no names, and they're super ancient and have a lot of power, and yeah, so you're just like starting to get into that, which is really exciting. So again, I really enjoy this series. I think it's a really fun one. Everybody should definitely check it out if they're interested in something like that, more urban fantasy. But I will say, as I have mentioned before, they really play on the naivety of the characters, considering it's like these others, they don't know how humans work, even though it's been years, they don't interact with them very much. So like understanding human emotion and human interaction sometimes is really hard for them. But I feel like sometimes it's like, I don't know, you can understand, it's like you have, like, even being an other, you have your own ways of communicating and understanding like your family and friends, so it's like, why is it so hard for you to kind of like match that with the humans? Though they do try and do that for a little bit, but sometimes it's just like, come on, like, let's go, you can figure this out, I have faith in you. So sometimes that does kind of get annoying, but otherwise I love the characters and I love the story, and I love the whole concept of the Others and this ancient beings that like walk the earth, and like nobody literally has any idea what they are or what they can do, so they're like coming to fuck shit up, you know, like, whoa. And then otherwise, the other book that I read this month was The Power by Naomi Alderman. So yeah, this is the book that I got in my book of the month, and I'm very conflicted about this one, to be completely honest. I don't know, because I don't know, it just wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. And the entire concept, sorry, I'm like burping, I had lunch. But the entire concept behind this story is that suddenly girls, like pubescent, prepubescent, no, after, you know, teenage girls are suddenly having the ability to shock people. So they can reach out, touch someone, and like shock them, like as if they are an electric eel, which is a comparison that they made during the book, or like in the story. And so it's pretty crazy because these young girls are being able to do that, so they can like not only protect themselves, but they could actually like attack people as well. And that's kind of like where this story starts going, is because these girls are starting to like defend themselves and actually like stick up for themselves. But of course it's more in a more violent, more kind of like intense way. So a lot of people are freaking out and they don't know what to do about these girls. So they're like thinking of putting them in compounds. Like, how do you control this thing? And then you realize that these young girls can wake it up in the older women. So literally every woman in existence can have this ability, and like people are freaking the fuck out. And at first you're like, that is awesome, they, you know, this is great, finally, like these men, that's sounds kind of weird, but the men can finally feel scared and like understand how it feels to be a woman in this day and age in society where we fear for ourselves, our protection, and our lives in a lot of scenarios when it comes to dealing with men and groups of men. And so like exploring that was really cool, and it was really just awesome to see in the story. But it veers, it just like goes, it takes with it that like the idea that if womankind really did have these abilities and were able to take control of like the world, kind of like what would happen. And this story does take place in spans of, I think it's like 8 years. The entire story takes place in about 8 years. And so in theory, you're just like, it's really not happening quickly, and in theory it could go this way. But I also think like, I don't think it would. I think it was really, I don't know, I kind of think it was a missed opportunity to really explore what could happen. Like, how could the world be better if women were in control? So that's kind of where I go. Definitely say check it out, because it is kind of like screws with you a little bit and like your mind as you're reading it. So definitely, if that's interesting to you, check it out. It was good. I did enjoy it. I read it quickly. I got through it, but still it was just kind of like, it didn't end up being what I thought it was going to be, and it was, yeah. So I think I gave it 4 out of 5, because I still really enjoyed it, but I just wish things went a little bit differently. So there's that. Otherwise, those are the only 2 that I read this month, so it was a really easy month. I've already read 1, 2, 3. I've already read 3 books for this month, which is crazy, and I'm probably gonna read another one because I totally got, let's just talk about this, my other book of the month box. I didn't do an unboxing. It's not that exciting, I feel like, because it's only just the book. But book of the month, I got Bonfire by Kristen Ritter. Kristen Ritter is the actress who plays Jessica Jones in Marvel's Jessica Jones, and of course in like The Defenders and such. And then she also played in Don't Trust the Bitch in Apartment 23. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. And she also played in, what's that show? Breaking Bad. I never watched Breaking Bad. Let's just talk about that for a second. No, that TV show always kind of like pissed me off, so I couldn't really do it. So, never mind. But otherwise, I got that, so I'm really excited to read that. A little snippet about Bonfire. It's about an environmental lawyer. Wow, that came out weird. Environmental lawyer named Abby Williams, who has to go back to her hometown, which she, like, you know, left the moment that she could, when she, you know, she could go to college, just like left her life behind, but she has to go back and kind of solve this mystery with this company, and it like connects itself to her past and a case of a girl that had gone missing. And so she kind of like gets involved in this huge thing and uncovers a whole bunch of secrets that all kind of actually do relate to her. And yeah, so I'm stoked. I mean, I think that sounds awesome, and the fact that it's Kristen Ritter, because I love her, I am like excited. So I got that. But yeah, I feel pretty good right now. I've been kind of, you know, struggling with what I want to do as far as booktube. I don't know. I love you guys, right? I love being able to talk about books, but I feel like my interests aren't necessarily where a lot of other people's interests are anymore, especially a lot of the people that I follow now. I don't touch YA for the most part anymore. For for the sole reason that, I don't know, I'm just not interested in those stories right now. I'm kind of done with the whole, like, weight of the world on your shoulders, you know, whoa, stuff. And I'm kind of more interested in just kind of more low-key, like, you know, what's the word, contemporary kind of, more, you know, fiction. And then otherwise I want it to be some super awesome space opera, aliens and stuff. So, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, so I'm kind of like, doing this live is actually really nice, because now I don't have to worry about editing, I don't have to worry about my setup. I mean, there's my background. I move that to over here every time I want to film, because the light, my window is right here. And then this is my desk, hey, little room tour. And then there's a little Mr. Cat right there. So, yeah, you know, I don't have to move things around, and this is kind of nice. I could just get it off my chest and let you guys, whatever. Obviously no one's watching right now, but in theory, communication could be happening. Otherwise, yeah. And I know I mentioned about book covers in one of my recent videos, and how I was trying to design and create my own book covers for a school project, which I have done, and I am going to post them somewhere, maybe on my blog. I don't know yet, but I will show you guys, because I am pretty proud of them. I like them. They're not like crazy super awesome. Like, I don't have the skills or the knowledge with the programs to create something super cool. And like, the initial designs that I wanted to do, I could not find like pictures for, you know, that were like free use, because otherwise you can't like show it off or like anything like that. So initially my concept was something else, but then I had to go with a different design, which I do actually and like really like. So yeah, and there's a few that I made just for fun. So I do want to show you guys those. I will probably, again, post them somewhere. Maybe I'll link it down in the description box when I get to that. Otherwise, yes. NaNoWriMo. I'm doing NaNoWriMo this year. I have missed 2 days. So I'm behind, I believe, technically in a day, because I had written so much and I put myself so far forward that missing 1 day was fine, and it set me like back to right on track. But I didn't write anything last night. Just wasn't really feeling it, you know? And so I'm behind by a day. So I am probably, because it's Friday, I have wine in the fridge. I'm gonna drink it, and then I'm gonna see what I write when I'm a little tipsy. I think it's gonna be fun, because like the story that I'm writing, I'm kind of like, it's up in the air. It's kind of doing whatever it wants, and I just introduced this new character who's really fun, and maybe having a little tipsy mind will kind of make things happen, and it'll be fun. And I don't know, I just want to see. I just feel like it'd be kind of fun. That's what I do on my Friday nights, guys. But yeah, I'm so far so good, you know? It's one of those things where if you don't do NaNoWriMo, but you're interested in doing it, just do it. Because like, I was so scared for the longest time, you know, about like what I was gonna do and how I was gonna go about doing it. Because at the end of the day, like when they break it down for you, that like really you only have to be writing maybe like, I think it's 1600-ish words, 1666 or something, which is roughly maybe like 3 to 4 pages. It's like, you know, a quick essay every day if you do it every day. So I'm surprised that I can generally reach that. And like in the first initial days, I was like pumped and doing beyond that. Otherwise, if you guys are located in the Orlando area, that's where I am now, if you did not know. This Sunday is going to be a Disney write-in. If you haven't seen that posted on the regional thing on the NaNoWriMo website, yeah. So this Sunday it's going to be a Disney write-in. We're meeting up at Disney. I think we're going to meet up in the resorts, and we're going to be like resort hopping, and then we're going to be writing like for like an hour in each resort, which I'm super stoked for. And I believe Annie from Bear's Books is gonna meet up with me. I think she's already down here visiting her sister, so I know she's gonna be there. I'm gonna try and vlog it so that way you guys can see, and if you're located in the Orlando area, you should come to it. I think it'll be fun. And of course, this is my first time ever doing any sort of like actual meetup, write-in, anything for NaNoWriMo, and I think it's gonna be pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm kind of stoked. Otherwise, that's about it. Yeah, I just wanted to do a little recap as far as like what I read this month, what I'm doing this month, and then maybe at some point I'll get back to doing regular videos again. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!